Welcome back to the Social Universe, where you learn the secrets of the social media through the social universe, and in many cases you learn about the secrets of the universe itself. And one of the secrets of the universe truly is to give back if you and voluntarily give back. And that's there's a lot of debate about being forced to give back. Do you get the same kind of blessings when you're forced to give back, or do you get most of the blessings if you voluntarily give back? My humble opinion is voluntarily give and give a lot, and whether that be time, in-kind donations, whatever the case might be. Our last guest, Michelle Davidson from UMOM New Day Centers, also mentioned that for anybody who wanted to know what they were giving to, so that when they give back, they can have that full, robust feeling of, I really did something for the community and for members of the community. They do open the UMOM New Day Centers for tours, and a lot of people don't know if they actually do open that up. But once a month, you can schedule a visit and come down there and not only learn how you can volunteer, but also just know if you're going to make a donation, you want to know what you're giving to. You're welcome to go down there and see what they have been able to accomplish. For just a moment, we want to give a little bit of a promotion to Bika. We have a DJ with us who is the president of the Stars Foundation in Arizona, and is also an international artist. But just as importantly, he works with Bika, which is the Baylight. I'm going to have him tell us what the Baylight Institute does. It has to do with arts and fine arts lessons. But DJ, tell us a little bit more about that.
Bika is the Baylight Institute for Creative Arts, and they have music classes. They have guitar and drums, piano, very fine teachers. We have about 30 teachers. We teach, I teach art personally, fine arts, oils and acrylics, and all age groups, and we have scholarships to help students pay for the classes. And we
And the scholarships are not subsidies, right? I mean, they pay, if you get a scholarship, they actually would pay for the entire set of music lessons.
They'll pay for the music lessons depending on the income of the family. Some, they pay out of $120, they'll pay $100 for 4 classes. Now we also have teaching for songwriting, composing. We have a recording studio to record music, and we have an open house. I'm glad that you asked me. We have an open house Saturday and Sunday, this Saturday and Sunday. That will be 11 to 3. And then what I want your listeners to know about is just several things. One, that after the open house on Sunday, I'm going to do a vision board class. And I think that it's a turning point in people's lives. I wanted to mention it to the homeless. The vision board is where you get pictures of the things that you'd like to have in your life. Happy family, food. For me, it's yachts and Mercedes-Benz and
this is high. It's sight set high.
Well, homes on the Riviera,
Yeah,
and one in Hawaii on the beach. Yeah, and it's not only the vision board class, but how you do the emotion and the time to give to the vision board to make it come true. And what it is, kind of like the secret that everybody knows about, but exemplified, if you will, amplified, how to really make it happen. The other thing I want to mention about giving, if I could have a minute, is give till it hurts, okay? The thing about giving, I give probably when I was painting in Hawaii, I had 5 galleries, and I could give $100,000 to $150,000 a year to charity. It was an honor. I wrote off that at the end of the year, so that's how I knew how much it was. But it was a thing to me. Every day I looked for something to give, and I knew that it would return to me. And I didn't give to get the return, but I gave to stimulate it, if you will. And I had a life. Many millionaires came to the islands, Camus. I wish I could live like you. Okay, so I had an exemplary life, but my life was, I had to give every day. The other point is, the philosophy that we live by is, if we hear of a need, we're obligated to help with it by virtue of hearing of it. Okay, so it's a pretty deep philosophy, but we live by that, and we have extra special life. And thanks, Kurt, for having me today.
Absolutely.
Oh, the school.
The website, yeah, give us the contact information.
Yeah, the school is bicanow.com, BICANOW.com. The classes and the schedule and calendar will all be on bicanow.com. And you can call me at 480-228-8192. Write that down, 480-228-8192. Ask me about the class, and it's $5 for, if you mention my name at the class. It's $10 for the Sunday from 3 to 5 for the vision board. And as for me, as for DJ came and say you heard it on the radio, we'll do half price for $5. Bring your board and your pictures, magazines of things you would like to have in your life, and I will show you as best I can how to achieve that.
A question for you, can somebody take a full set of art classes from you and have that be covered by the scholarships, or is that only?
Yes, there's a scholarship application.
Absolutely. So what I want to share with you, and why I shared with you that DJ is an international artist. He has art galleries in Brazil and Hawaii, different parts of the U.S.
Scottsdale.
and Scottsdale. That he also, his art has been exhibited in the UN and shared in some of the brochures for the UN. So if you want to have an internationally renowned artist be your teacher, this is not just your local guy teaching at the local school, but you can get a scholarship to be taught. And I have seen some of his students that have gone from having what they thought was no artistic talent at all to creating some pretty amazing art. So if you feel like you have that burning in you, but you may not have the funds for it, still go to the website and potentially attend the open house this weekend.
Yes, and we're at 7th Street and Southern. 7th Street and Southern. On the southeast corner in the church grounds, there's the Bika Hut, what we call the Bika Hut, where the open house will be. Plenty of parking for everybody. Come on down 11 to 3 and then 3 to 5 for the vision board class. And you're all welcome, and we'd love to see you there. And we're trying to build it for the community of the South Mountain, South Phoenix area to give back.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. We're going to switch gears a little bit now, and we're going to talk about technology again. Last week we had a very, very in-depth conversation about the technology having to do with how to apply online marketing, both from a social media as well as a search engine optimization perspective. And I'm trying to catch both sides of our audience from the standpoint of technology. I mean, after all, it is about the social media, and we want to talk about that. And each week we are going to start the social media success of the week, and we're also going to be talking about the social media failures of the week. And so at the end of each show we'll talk a little bit about each one. But thank you, DJ, for joining us.
Thank you, Kurt, and always a pleasure to see the radio show and to do it. And want to tell all your listeners to pay attention and write things down and come on down.
Listen to what he said. So yeah, keep your notebook handy during these technology sessions, because it is very important for you. It doesn't mean that the things that we talk about on the show, they're deep technology from the standpoint of the layperson, somebody who actually is in the industry and who performs social media services or search engine optimization services. This is actually just a brushing across the top of it from the practitioner's standpoint. But for those of us who are still wondering if we should get on YouTube or not, these sessions may seem to be full of technology. I want to talk a little bit about how social media influences your search engine optimization, and in particular from a link building background. So, for example, when you're out in the social media, one of the ways that we know how to build links is that if you want to promote your website, you would go to your Facebook newsfeed, you would create a message, and then inside of the message saying, for example, if we're going to be talking about Beacon, or if we're going to be talking about UMOM, and if you went to umom.org, that you can actually talk about what was talked about on the radio today, that you might be donating, that you then put the link to be able to donate to UMOM, and when it has the www.umom.org, then it actually highlights inside of the message that you're sharing, and will actually show a very abbreviated portion of the website itself. So now you have actually linked the umom.org site to your Facebook. And so the more of that linking that occurs, the more Google actually sees that it's popular, and that actually helps in a very minor way. It helps to raise in the algorithm, it gives a few more points and helps raise the ranking of the umom.org website. So I encourage each of you to do that if you believe in the cause. And another way to backlink and create link building strategies is guest blog posts. So that if you are a guest on a blog and you create a comment, make sure it's relevant. Spammy links are not looked at kindly by Google, but if you have a relevant comment to make on a subject that is on a subject and material that is relevant to your own website, feel free to make a comment, leave a link so that people can click on your own website. It helps drive traffic there, and it also gives you a little bit of lift on your own site. Same with blog commenting. Okay, so guest blog posts in conjunction with blog commenting, very similar methods that are very important. Directories and forums, these are losing weight as far as the power of the Google engine is concerned. The algorithm is something that you want to pay attention to, because if you use that method, it is not necessarily relevant. So you want to be careful about using directories and forums. Forums are a little more relevant. There's a lot of discussions that happen where there's relevant discussions that you can backlink into. RSS feeds, without going into too much detail about RSS feeds, it essentially is conglomerated material. And then after the break, we're going to talk about 5 or 6 other ways that we can do link building utilizing social media methods. So stay tuned, don't phase out, and then at the end we're going to talk about the social media successes and failures of the week.